Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. Um, Let me start off by seeing if I'm buffering. I'm not, but the lighting is crazy. The lighting is kind of crazy. I guess because it's daytime. I got so much sunscreen on too. Don't. All right. Anyway, but welcome in, guys. I know this is like early, but hey, it is what it is. I'm off today, so might as well go ahead and get started. Let me go on and share out the stream. Let me share the stream. I guess you can call this your morning inspiration. Um, I'm just sharing out the screen, so just give me a moment. All right, there's that. And let me share it one more other place. Okay. All right, that's it. I just shared it in two different places. And now let's go. Hey, Sugar Love, how you doing? Good to see you. How's your morning going so far, sis? I pretty much just got started. Um, I want to I want to accomplish a few things today, and I know this evening I probably will be doing something else. So I figured let me just come on now. So far, so good. That's good. I can't complain yet. No, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to complain um, because I'm alive, I'm up, I'm in good health, which is necessary. And, it's a day that I've never been able to experience and I won't be able to experience after these moments pass by. So that's the way I'm living, trying to live in appreciation of all things. Um, so yes, that's how it's going for me so far. You have such a thank you. I appreciate that. I try my best to put my best foot, my best spirit forward no matter what. Octavia, hey Octavia, good to see you. I have to, sugar. We have to. Hey AKA, what's going on? Good to see you. So let me let me tell you so far how my day went. I woke up this morning and I meditated and I planned out and mapped out what I want to do for the day. And that's about it so far. I do want to record a few videos later, so I will be doing that. And other than that, that's pretty much it for the most part. I already said that I was wanting to do like challenges and panel discussions and all that other stuff. I've already posted that on my community tab a few weeks ago. So if you or anyone is interested in any of that, then please send them my way. Oh, snap. We have a member. We have a member. And it's Angel's Army. Hey, Angel, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a while. Yes. um, so, yes, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on your notification bells. If you can, give me a thumbs up or down, whichever you prefer to do, because at the end of the day, and this is something I holistically believe, and I always want us to practice so that we can become a little deeper within humanity. If you really feel like you don't agree with something and you feel like it requires a thumbs down, then do that, because at the end of the day, I have to respect your point of view, whether I understand it or not. It doesn't matter, because you're exercising what? That God given birthright that we all have, which is to give your opinion and to make a decision. Too often we make decisions based off of other people's feelings, and that always ends up putting all of us in a bad place, right? So that is why I say up or down is fine by me, because that's your personal conviction that you would have to live with. And my personal conviction is to never let it bother me. This has been a while. I have been busy with your life. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. 2021 so far, I don't, like I said, I don't even believe in the calendar anymore. I don't believe in calendar or dates or whatever like that, because the world continues to turn and I continue to age and progress and mature. And while all of that is happening, it's not saying, oh, it's January, it's February, it's March. It's not. So I want to live the way I think life was designed. Mind you, I said I think, because I don't know for sure. No one has ever come down to tell me, no, Joy, you're wrong, or yes, Joy, you're right. But as I tend to think about things more, I don't want to be on a cycle. I don't want to be on a continuous spiraled out cycle that yields the same results. Every year we make resolutions or not make resolutions. Every year we say we want to do something different, but we don't, because we're on that same calendar and that same time space. Jump off of it. So that brings me to my time. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. Like it only started for me, but for some, maybe it's been started. Um, the topic is to never be afraid. And I will give you, I will tell you why this is a topic. So I actually offered to interview someone for their company that they are, that they formated, and they wanted to network. So I said, well, I don't know what kind of networking you can do for me, but I know what, these are things that I consider as networking. And their response was, I'm not ready. Like, my business isn't where it's supposed to be, so I'm not ready. And I just said, oh, there's the topic for the day. Because how many times in our own personal lives where we've been wanting something, right? And opportunity opens up for you, but you say, I'm not ready. Or we think of many reasons as to why the opportunity is not the right time. It kind of made me feel bad, like dang, really? Because it's not often somebody will come around and offer you a platform that is not their own, that is not your own. How about that? Offer you a platform that is not your own, and you never know what being on that platform could do for you. I believe practice makes perseverance, or practice uh, makes progress. That's what I believe. And even if you've never been interviewed before, even if you've never sold an item before, if an opportunity opens, that's practice. It may not turn out the way you think it is or the way you think that it was designed to be coming out of your own mind, but you never know what happens on the receiving end of the person or persons that are watching, that are getting to know your things. And then maybe it might help you fine tune how you might handle other interviews in the future. But to turn down opportunity, sometimes you turn down opportunity for good. So that's why I say never be afraid. We all have gone and experienced things in our lives where we know specifically that opportunity was for you. But for some reason, you convinced yourself otherwise. And where did that leave you? Still in question, right? Big old question mark. Is it fun living a big question mark life? Is that fun? Do you find enjoyment in living a question mark life? I don't think that is. I think that would be the most confusing, the most, not, I wouldn't even say boring, but the most just like frustrating life ever. And think about the many doors that have opened for you, and you just rather look from a distance because it feels comfortable in your opinion. But then when the distance between you and opportunity expands, you're like, wait a second, I can't see it anymore. And by the time you're ready to go towards the opportunities, it never appears the way it used to. That is the risk that we run when we allow too much time to pass between an opportunity and things becoming what it can be for whatever you desire. Hmm? So let me ask you guys this. How many of you are willing to allow opportunity to go by? Moving forward, how many? When I think about it that way, I'm like, man, how many of us? None of us should be willing to allow opportunities to go by. Now, you can tell the difference between a good opportunity and a bad opportunity versus fear. Fear will keep you crushed up and like give you many reasons why that opportunity is right. But when you start to walk, you initially are presented with an opportunity. It sounds good. Go with that. The only way you know an opportunity was bad or good is if you've actually lived it or tried it. Let's bring me into the mix, right? I've always wanted to be in the entertainment industry, right? Always. So, guess what I did? When opportunities presented themselves, I did it. And I enjoyed every moment of it because that was part of me creating a little piece of my own history. Some of those opportunities I still have remnants of, others is just here in my brain, not here, it's in my brain. And then the experiences that I had are there too. And I actually made some good friends. Let me rephrase that. I met some really cool people from those opportunities. Now, is that opportunity of being in the entertainment industry ever closed? Absolutely not. Because whether we believe it, whether I realize it or not, YouTube is an industry for entertainment. We talk about very serious things here on Hello World, but there's other things that are entertaining that I do. The challenges, the random lives when I'm not really talking about much. Then there is what else? The fitness aspect of it. Those are all opportunities of entertainment. You never know. Hey, Gigi's gluten free. How you doing? Good to see you. So it's just in a different way that I'm in the entertainment industry. And you never know who may watch the replay or watch the live now and say, you know what? You would be the perfect fit for this position that I'm looking for to fill in a role. And at that moment, I can entertain whether that opportunity is a good one or a not so good one. I have had opportunities where people wanted me to do reviews of their product. Some opportunities I said no to, and others I said yes. But you'll never know if it's good unless you actively try. And there were good reasons why I said no, right? I rarely say no, but it was a good reason why I said no. And it had nothing to do with the product being bad or whatever. It's just we didn't communicate properly. Which brings me to another topic. Sometimes the strongest person in the room is the one that can admit that they don't have it all together. I do, however, I do, for the person that turned down the interview, I do respect them because they were strong enough to say, I don't feel comfortable because I'm not ready. That was the most wise thing that they could have said versus just not responding at all. At least they communicated how they truly felt about the situation. So while I know you shouldn't give up or turn down an opportunity where it comes to presenting your business, even if you think you're not ready, but I also respect the fact that you actually articulated the reasoning as to why you feel like you could not do it. But will that opportunity be open and presented for this person ever again? Like I said, I'm not a person to say no. But what if Hello World ceases to exist? Nothing lasts forever, right? So you have to factor all of those situations together to come up with a decision, right? Hey, like mother, like daughter, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. So we have to really slow down and think before we make a resolution or a final decision on whatever it is, opportunities that present themselves to you. So all in all, am I upset with the uh, the non-acceptance of the offer of an interview? No, I'm not upset. Am I disappointed? No, I'm not disappointed. But I just uh, hope that they don't stay in that mindset of I'm not ready because that's part of doubt and part of fear. And life will keep going and such. Hey, remember years ago when I was like, you never know, Hello World might get picked up by some network. You never know. Is that something that I'm thinking about? No, but I'm open to anything that is presented to me. Because if you're not open, then you're closed. And opportunities will just keep going like this, and they will not come to you. So if ever a producer were to come across any one of my talk show Hello Worlds and saw a little shining star in me and reached out and said, "Hey, we want you to do this." As long as everything matched and lined up, doesn't have to be perfect, but at least to my desire, then I'm fine. Because at the end of the day, I think of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture are the lives that I have not been able to touch, that if I was only able to reach, could actually be changed, or at least start to think about life differently and become new versions of themselves. Ooh, that is always going to be a yes for me. So I'm telling you guys, never be afraid to walk through the doors of opportunity. What's the worst that can happen? Imminent death? No, you won't die. Maybe your ego might be crushed, but you won't die. And what's the killer of all things is the ego. I try my best to die to my ego every moment that I can, because my ego is the one thing that will keep, let's say this, our ego will be the one thing that will keep us from complete and utter and magnificent wholeness. Yes, yes. Ego and pride are brother and sister, or married in couple, you know. They don't leave each other's side. But to be less ego, or to have less ego, ooh-wee, how could you miss any opportunity, right? How could you? 22 minutes. Hmm. So let me ask you guys this. How many of you are willing to allow opportunities to pass you by? After we've thought about it a little bit, maybe in a little different way, how many of you are willing to allow opportunities to go by moving forward, right? Because life is always moving forward. We can't move backwards. We can't ponder and linger on things that we missed. It's just not possible. It's not possible. It's not good. All you can do is move forward. So how many of you are willing to continue to move forward and not allow opportunities to go by anymore? How many of you? And will not be afraid to, express whether you think it's a good thing or not. How many of you? How many of you will allow silence to dictate your life? Or how about this? How many of you will allow silence to make you something that you're not? Huh? Talk to me. Because this is an interactive conversation. Yes, I'm looking at the chat. I put too much salt in this today. I'm willing to keep working on me. Yes. Me too, like mother, because I don't have it all together. But the more I meditate and the more that I stay open, is the more that I'll become who I'm supposed to be. and the purpose that I'm supposed to continuously live, right? Because I know what my purpose is and I'm walking in my purpose. But can I walk in my purpose a little with more defined footprints? Absolutely. Like I said, and like I mentioned yesterday, life is not going to be forever. We all have an expiration date that we don't know. So why wait until you get near your expiration date to have your aha moment, right? My mouth has gotten me in a lot of trouble, but my words set me free. I need to learn how to control my emotions with your words. And admitting it is half the battle. Yes, you got this. You got this. And then also, when we work on our heart and what we allow to flow in our heart, i.e., the things that we take in, right? Because whether we believe it or not, we absorb everything around us. So if you happen to be in a conflictive environment or you continuously absorb negative influences, what's going to come out of you, whether you realize it or not? Isn't that reason why we say we got to be careful about the people that we hang around with or that they say that? We are influenced more than you know. You know, it's kind of like, when you're in a relationship, you start to have resemblance of your spouse because you guys are exchanging so much information and you're so feeding off of each other that you kind of start to resemble each other. But never, like mother, like daughter, never give up on the idea that you can't. Sometimes, got to just cut cold turkey. If you've never cut cold turkey before, then maybe that's something that you should try. You know how people say, well, no, that's not the way that I wean off of things. I can't just cut cold turkey because X, Y, and Z. But sometimes doing things differently means try cutting cold turkey, reinvigorating your soul in a different way that is not used to functioning. Hmm? Sometimes we got to change and shift things out of our own comfort zones in order for things to get better. But imagine, like mother, when your mouth starts to flow with beautiful words, how many impactful things you will start to create. How many lives, current or future, are going to just grow because of all of the goodness that's coming out of you. All of the building that you will create because you actively started to participate in being the very thing that used to tarnish and hurt and cause division is now causing wholeness. I think when you think about that like that, you're like, dang, yo, I got all that. Yes, every single last one of us has that potential deep within us. Depends on how you want that thing to come out. If you want it to come out, if you wanted to stay in a cage. So never be afraid to allow life to flow and show you different things that you are not comfortable with, but might be the best uncomfort, turn into comfort things that could ever happen. You feel? You better talk. Oh, it's amazing how when we think about the different topics, how that can turn into and lead into other things, right? It's like how I always believe nature is one big cycle. It gives birth and it dies. It gives birth and it dies. But one thing that always remains is that soil is always nurtured by the death and always nurtures life. Hmm. It's crazy, right? But that soul that we have, that's encapsulated by this body, it'll forever remain. Where that soul goes, I don't know. I can only imagine that what you contribute in this waking moment will help contribute where your soul will go. Hmm. They always say, like, you should never be afraid of death, but I'm fearful of death only because of the unknown and because I'm so used to being around and being around people and talking to people, being influenced, laugh. But eventually I have to get used to the notion that it's not going to be forever. You know what I mean? You can't wait to tell your testimony? Yes. Do it, sis. Hey, pedicure goddess is Gigi. You don't fear death? I do. I don't know. They say when you don't fear death, that means you're ready to go. So maybe that's why I still don't fear it. It is. It's never yielded beautiful things for me, the separation part. But you're right, it's inevitable. But when I see death in the way that, when we start to put back into earth, that is beautiful. But it's the separation of life. Ooh, that's when it gets nasty, in my opinion. So kudos to you guys that don't mind it. I'm not comfortable with it yet. So it is what it is. 32 minutes. There we go. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I hope that we all got a little something out of it because I did learn a little bit. I learned that even, it's something I said earlier, someone, even when that person declined the interview, that is okay because maybe they're just not ready. And it's okay not to be ready. But the simple fact is that they communicated that they were not ready. That's the part that I learned. So not every no is a no forever. Heck, they may come back to me and say, you know what, a month later from now, they may come back to me and say, you know what, I'm ready now. I did speak back to them. I said, um, never be afraid when an opportunity opens up to let people know your business to say no. I did say that, so I wasn't nasty back to them or anything. But the fact is that I absolutely appreciated and I learned that at least they communicated how they truly felt about the interview. So I can respect that. So I learned that today. I don't know about you guys. But never be afraid, guys. Don't allow opportunities to continue to go by because you're not ready. Guess what? I don't think any one of us will ever be 100% ready to walk into our destiny. I don't think any one of us will be 100% prepared to do the businesses that we absolutely want to start. I don't think any one of us will 100% be the best versions of ourselves all of the time, but the action in trying makes all of the difference. I don't think we'll all be 100% everything for our spouses. But when you actively try, that's where it makes the difference. And hopefully it's received, you know? So every area in our life, that's what I'm learning right now too. Just never be afraid. And there's always an opportunity. And what's life with constant missed opportunities? It's definitely not fulfilled. You are beautiful. You are amazing. There is no mistake about you. Everything that you have been, whether good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, it does not define you. It does not define your purpose. It does not define the quality of who you are. It does not define the radiance and the beauty that exudes you. Shoot, it may be a little dirty. That's okay. But you have to actively, continuously clean. And that's something we all have to do every day. We have to participate and actively clean all of the dirt and the grime off of us. Even if it's a little dust, you still got to pay attention to that. Because once you let dust pile up, it becomes dirt. So we all have to be actively cleaning, actively wanting to mature, actively desiring to do good. And that is a potential that we all have. That is why you are beautiful. That is why you are amazing. That is why life will be fulfilled once you decide that you want to participate in it. I'm here, guys. I don't have a schedule. It doesn't matter, but I'm here. And whenever I come on, I hope that I can encourage and inspire at least one person to take that little flicker, turn it into a fire, and blaze the trail for so many other people out there that need us, that need that special word, that need that love, that need that compassion, that need that extra pat on the back that only you can actually satisfy. Right? We can be patted on the back by a bunch of people, but it's when you are actively activated by that right, that's when it really starts to flow. Mm. If you ever want to get to know anything more about my company, you see the pin up there. Definitely check it out. There's t-shirts, hoodies, onesies, more. Yes, I wear my hoodie. And then you've got plenty of reading material to choose from. This is my copy, okay? So it can look banged up if it wants to. These are all my copies. So if you want to be encouraged, you have all different ways of being encouraged. I appreciate you guys for being here, for spending a little bit of your time with me. Thank you for listening. I hope that it worked out for you. Hey, Gary's, how are you? Or Jerry's, I apologize if I missed you. Welcome. Janine, hey, how you doing? Good to see you and welcome, Passion. I hope that you do decide to return. I don't often look at the chat because I'm always trying to look directly in whoever's eyes looking at me. I appreciate you guys. Good to see you, Janine. I see you sometimes. Um, but thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. Get to know each other, guys. There are a lot of great people in here. And it's all about us making this world a better place, just by little. I am here every single time I can be. And on Hello World, we talk about everything and anything. Um, I will have some guests come in the middle of February. We will have a music recording artist come on, so that'll be dope. So definitely stay tuned. I have a couple of videos that I have already posted. So check those out if you want to laugh or if you need a little bit more encouragement or if you want a recipe, go ahead and check those out. But I appreciate you again for being here and never forget your amazingness and how important you are into the contribution of our world. So until we meet again, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I am signing out on another episode of Hello World.